Well, hello, and hello from the Lycian Way. I've returned to continue walking along the Lycian Way. Last year I made a video that documented my journey with Jill from Ovacik to Kaş, and we returned to Turkey yesterday, flew into Dalaman, took the bus this morning from Fethiye to Kaş, and we're walking along the Lycian Way. And the plan this time is a shorter trip than last year, but we're still going to do about 7 or 8 days walking, and we're going to walk to Finike, and we're going to finish this year's trip there. But we will be returning for the third trip, when we intend to complete the Lycian Way by walking from Finike towards Antalya. So day one, we left Kaş this lunchtime, had a light lunch in Kaş before we started. And we've walked across to Limangazi and now heading off into the countryside and looking for a suitable place to put the tent at some point. It's still mid-late afternoon, but we're going to find a spot to put the tent down at about 6 o'clock. Forecast today, thundery showers, haven't seen any yet. It's a nice, well, coolish day, not as warm as we expected, perfect walking weather. Hello, and hello from day 3 of our Lycian Way journey. And since we've left Kaş, had a great time. Slow walking, 1 to 1.5 miles an hour at a time, and that's simply because the terrain has been really quite technical at times. Very rocky, very twisty, very turny, and you just can't you just can't walk quickly. But the trade-off is the stunning scenery that we've been walking through. Beautiful coastline, absolutely stunning, and very few people around. We've had it all to ourselves really. And the first night we camped in an olive grove just before the little bay of Iskelezi. Lovely views over the bay and the mountains beyond. And yesterday we walked from our camp spot to the tiny hamlet of Apalai. Now Apalai has got a submerged city that was damaged as a result of an earthquake. Built I think in the 5th or 6th century, and an earthquake destroyed it, and a lot of the city's underwater now. We stayed in Apalai at a pension. Saw it, decided to treat ourselves, because today is the start of what is probably going to be 4 wild camps for ourselves, because it's just low accommodation for us that fits into our agenda, unless of course we come across something that we don't know about, and that'd be wonderful. Today, having left our pension, which is really good value for money, great food, we've walked into a beautiful little port of Ovacik, and lovely place. Lots of boat trips from there to Kakova, which is where there's another sunken ancient city. Had a cup of coffee there, bought some stuff in the shop, and now we're heading on our way across the peninsula and across the coastline on the other side. And the aim today is to get as far as Gokaya Bay, where we hope to be able to put the tent down. I'm led to believe from the app that we're using that there's some really beautiful camp spots around there. And we may even get a meal beforehand, because we're led to believe there's a restaurant just short of where we're staying. So that would be great if we could get some food before we actually camp. But if not, we've got enough food to keep ourselves going. But we've got away with it regarding weather. It was forecast for thundery showers for the first couple of days. We didn't see any rain at all. We're just enjoying the warmth that Turkey's offering us, the hospitality, and this beautiful scenery on this beautiful trail. Welcome to day 4 of our Lycian Way journey between Kash and Finike. Yesterday was a stunning day. Some of the best, if not the best, coastal scenery that we've done on the Lycian Way so far. And we've left the quite large town of Demre, where we did a resupply this morning. Had a stunning camp last night on a beach, swam in the sea, and we camped in a olive grove just behind the beach. Stunning, just stunning scenery, stunning location. And now we've started a 1700 metre climb, and it's going to take us approximately 3 days to get from where we are now into Finike, where we finish. It is steep, it's rocky, it's tough, and we know that there's going to be water shortages as well, having spoken to a local man yesterday. Kindness of the Turkish people knows no bounds. Today we stopped for breakfast when we saw a restaurant, having walked around the coastline, and then as we were walking into Demre, a man just pulled his moped over, thrust some fruit upon us, and then as we walked through a village on our way to the climb, a lady insisted on putting 2 tomatoes in my hand as well, and just lovely people. But now it's a case of finding a rhythm and getting up this hill towards, the book describes it, the desolate village of Beloran. Well, we will see. And it's there that I'm going to have to carry 5 litres of water, because we just can't trust the water sources that are advertised on the app, and we have noted that a lot of the water sources that we should be able to access have been dry, so we think it might have been a dry winter. But we will do what we can do. Got lots of food in the rucksack, which is now packed up. Plenty of dry food in there if we haven't got water that we can rely upon, and that's what we're going to do. Good morning, and good morning from day 6 of our Lycian Way journey. Now, first things first, apologies for the sound quality here. My microphone has given up the ghost on this trip, so no microphone, so you might notice a degradation in the audio quality. Not that my videos are that high quality, but you know what I mean. Anyway, day 6, we're camped in the ruins of Belos, and we're going to explore these ruins this morning. But last couple of days have been good. Tough though. So last time I spoke to the camera, we were just starting a 1700 metre climb. And we did that in 2 stages. We did 850 metres up to the village of Beloran and found a camp just above it. Wasn't advertised on our app, so it was a real bonus to find the little spot that we found. It was lovely, and that was very peaceful. And then from there, yesterday, we walked from Beloran over to Lycian Church. It was a Byzantine church. Very, very nice location. And then we had the big climb thereafter, 1,000 metres straight up the hill. Jill, by her own admission, will say she's not the most natural of climbers, so she found it quite tough. But we got up, and then our reward all afternoon was walking through cedar-covered ridges, bare rock, fantastic views. It was lovely, and the air temperature up there as well, because we were quite high, it was a joy to walk in. You can see just behind me there, that's Demre, and the island of Kakova behind there as well. There's an ancient city buried under the water there as well. But for now, we're more or less finished. So this is our camp here. We're just the tent's just drying there behind me, just having some breakfast, and yeah, from here we're going to drop down the hill to Finike and finish our trip. Next year we'll return. So we've now walked from Ovacik to Kash in the first year. Kash to Finike we'll finish today, and then next year we'll come back and we'll walk from Finike to the end of the Lycian Way. I hope these videos are useful for anybody who is planning their trip along the Lycian Way. I hope we've shown enough of the scenery so you know what to expect, and where the tough spots are and where the beautiful spots are, and it's pretty much all beautiful really, but I hope the video is useful anyway. And thank you very much indeed to anybody who does watch and does make a comment. It's always appreciated. But for now we're signing off the Lycian Way part 2, and we'll carry on again next year.